Hello, everybody. Welcome to Khelben's Coin TV. Today, we're going to be playing Pool of Radiance, Strategic Simulations Incorporated, released back in 1988, part of the Gold Box game series, because they literally were sold in a gold cardboard box. This is the first game in the series. Other titles include Curse of the Azure Bond, Secret of the Silver Blades, Pools of Darkness, etc. Hills Far was thrown in there as well. And this is the first game. It is second edition Dungeons and Dragons rules, which means undead or harder. The game is trying to kill you. Combat is a huge focus of the game. This game does do some text-based role-playing where your party is making choices and things like that. So there is some of that involved, but the engine for it is very limited, of course. So we're just going to be mostly fighting. I'll do my best to put this video together so that it's always exciting. And this is kind of like a walkthrough as well. I know this game intimately. I've played it my entire life, basically. And my older brother and I have played it so much that we have challenged each other in the past to do things like, can you beat it with a party of all one class? You can definitely do it with fighters because I've done it before. Or doing things like, can you beat Tyrant Thraxus with only half your party or something like that. Anyway, we love this game. It's one of our favorites of all time. And let's just get right to it. We're going to create a party and we're going to do our first quest. Okay, so this is the main menu. You can create a new character, you can add a character to the party, you can load a save, or you can quit to DOS. This game runs on DOS. CD/poolrad. That was the command I remember using as a little kid. Using a computer for the first time. This was the game I played. We're going to create a character. It's going to be an elf, male. We're going to do fighter, magic user. Lawful good. So we can re-roll. We're actually going to modify all our characters to buff them out because this game is difficult enough with characters whose ability scores are all 18. I don't want to make it any harder than it has to be. So I'm just going to re-roll the gold here. I'm just looking at that gold in the center there. 100, 110. Cool. That works. Oh, I need a character name. Hamburger. Oh, we get to change the icon here. Sure. Sure. Parts, weapon. I'm just going to give him a sword just so I know that he is the fighter. There we go. Don't really care about the icons. Create a character. We're going to do another elf. Female this time. We're going to do a fighter, magic user, thief. You're noticing a pattern, right? Everyone's going to be a magic user? Pretty much. You need multiple magic users to beat this game. Keep this character. I'm looking at the gold again. No. Ooh, all right. 96, character name, helper. Head. Sure. Like how the neck doesn't align. We're going to keep that. Parts, I'm going to give this icon a dagger. Just so I know that they are the thief. What is that? Okay. Yeah, that icon is fine. Create a new character. We're going to do human this time. Humans are the only ones, human male, who can be clerics, I think. So we're doing that. We're going to need a cleric. 110? No, clerics can get more money than that, right? They get more money. 130, look at that. 150, yes. Character name. Cheese. Head. Look at that smiling guy. Definitely not going to use him. Oh, that was a grumpy Gus. Other guy was sleeping. Sure, that works. No, that's too normal. Getting warmer. There we go. That works. Keep parts. Head. Ooh. Yeah, let's give him a Yamaga. He is a man of the cloth, after all. Weapon, I'm going to give him the mace or the flail. There we go. Those are cleric weapons. This icon okay? Yeah, of course it's okay. Then our final one would be another elf. Female. Male, female, male, female. Pure magic user. Lawful good. Looking at the cash. Magic users don't need much cash. At least to start. Character name. The Juice. That face is, I don't know. It makes me laugh. Wow. Wow. Sure. Weapon, we're gonna give them the staff. Just so we know that they're the magic user when we're on the battlefield. I kind of like the hood look. Let's do that. It doesn't really make sense, but I don't care. Icon's okay. Add character to party. Wow, I got a lot of stuff here. Antipasto, Alfredo, meatball, bruschetta. Those were the party. That was a party that I live streamed with a few months ago. We're gonna add hamburger, helper, cheese, and the juice. Boom. We're gonna modify these characters. Yep, 18 parentheses, open parentheses, then a number, close parentheses. Didn't go to 19. It could go to 19, but player characters usually capped out at 1800, 1800. Humans could be 1800, and I think dwarves could be too. Elves cap out at 1875 for whatever reason. I should clarify. Elf males. Second edition is kind of sexist. But elves do get a +1 to dexterity, which is a big reason why I'm making people elves. Elves can also multi-class. Humans cannot. Dwarves can't. See, look at this. She's a female, so her strength caps out at 16. But elves get that +1 to dex. Dwarves get a +1 to constitution. But then I think a -1 to charisma. Or something like that. Clerics max out at 18. Icon is making me laugh already. The benefit to being a human in second edition was no cap on experience points. Yes, that's right. You heard me. There is a cap on experience points. Female. Yeah, cap on experience points, which is insane. This game has a limit on experience, or rather on the number of levels you can gain, but that's only because the game is only so big. But in the tabletop role-playing version of the game, you couldn't get more experience points once you reached a certain level. I think that level was 20. Unless you were human. Humans can keep learning and advancing and keep going. That was the benefit to being human. Otherwise, they were like the only race that didn't have infravision, which we would know today as dark vision. They also get a +10% bonus to the experience points they get, which is pretty cool. But outside of that, there was really no reason to be human. Humans couldn't live long enough to be to multi-class, which was the logic. Elves are immortal. Dwarves live for a lot longer than humans. Actually, I think halflings couldn't multi-class either. Similar lifespans to humans. But anyway, we're going to start the game. It takes place in the city of Phlan. Phlan, or New Phlan. And the general background of the story is monsters have overrun most of the city, block by block. And the civilized part of the city is the last thing remaining. So heroes have been sailing into that port to try and help eradicate the evils. That's what our party is doing. Or rather, they were specially requested a party from someone. I actually don't know who sent us here, or if we came on our own, but we're going to be greeted by Rolf, who's an NPC we see only once. So we're going to meet Rolf, and we're going to say goodbye to him forever. All right. I'm going to save it and begin the game. Greetings, courageous ones. I am Rolf, appointed by the council to introduce newcomers to the fair city of Phlan. If you will accompany me, I will start the tour. You now face an entrance to the Temple of Tyr. There are 3 temples in Phlan: Tyr's, Soon's, and Tempest. Tyr's is the largest and houses Bishop Brachio. If you will turn around now, you'll see the entrance to the passenger dock area we just departed. Few ships dare the perilous passage here, but the council is developing a plan to open up the sea lanes. Please follow me. Behind these doors are the special training schools where adventurers increase their skills. We're going to be spending most of our money, if not all of our money, here, leveling up. So once we get the right number of experience points, we come here to actually level up. It costs 1,000 gold, but then we'll pay it and get the training. Let us now go to the city's most important building, the tavern. Oh no, sorry. We are just outside the city hall. Proclamations are posted on these walls. Inside, the city clerk awards the council's commissions. Commissions are the quickest way to fame and fortune. On your right is one of the entrances to Soon's temple. As with all Phlan's temples, various clerical services are offered inside. On your left is an entrance to the city park. Beyond this gate are the monster-ridden areas of the old city we are slowly preparing for settlement. The council offers a generous reward to those who clear areas of monsters. Our tour is ended. Again, let me urge you to apply to the city clerk for a commission. Goodbye and good fortune. You are on your own now. Okay? So now we're walking through. I'll cut through the park, whatever this place is. There's an inn right here. There's a difference between inns and taverns. And then we're going to make this guy really rich. You'll see. You'll see. The shop specializes in arms and armor. Can I show you our wares? Oh, what can I do for you? Bye. All right, so hamburger is going to need a longsword. Plate mail. Not enough money. Crap. Banded mail. Shield. Not enough money. You know what? We got to pool our money. Share it. Bye. Actually, not enough money. Yeah, all right, that's fine. That's fine. I don't think we have enough money to give everyone, give everybody plate mail. We get them a longbow and some arrows. Probably enough. Ready, ready, ready. Join, ready. All right, so he's equipped with a long sword, wearing banded mail, a shield, got a longbow, and he's got 90 arrows on his back. That's his inventory. Look down on the, over to the right. It says encumbrance and movement. Being encumbered is a huge mechanic in 2nd edition. As our hero has more and more stuff on them and in their inventory, the encumbrance goes up and their movement goes down. You can move a maximum of 12 spaces if you're unencumbered by anything. And in this game, they do it in sections. The first level of encumbrance brings you down from 12 spaces to 9, which is where we're at right now with hamburger. Then it goes from 9 to 6 and 6 to 3. This game also uses Thaco, which stands for to hit armor class 0. So if we're fighting a monster's armor class 0, we have to roll a 17. And for damage, you do 1d8 plus 3. 1d8 is the damage of a longsword, plus 3 we get from our strength basically. If I move my head somewhere, you'll see, this way. You'll see AC, armor class, -1, hit points 9. The lower your armor class, the better in 2nd edition. It also has a range. It goes from 10 being the worst to -10 being the most difficult to hit. So -1 is pretty good, especially for a level 1 character. So armor class 0 is kind of like what Thaco uses as like a baseline. So if your armor class is 0, it's pretty good because hamburger is going to need a 17 to hit you. Pretty small chance on a d20. Helper, you see helper's encumbrance is 79, a lot lower than hamburgers, movement 12. That's about to change because we're going to buy stuff for helper. Also a fighter. Fighters can use longswords. So we'll give her one because it does the most damage. Yeah, banded mail. Not enough money. All right, splint mail. Not enough money. Chain mail. Not enough. God. I can't live with scale mail. Hold on. Is that a money? Cheese. Actually, cheese is going to need money. Ugh. Trade. Helper. 50. That's icon. 12 platinum, 54 gold. A platinum is worth, like one platinum piece is 5 gold pieces in second edition. Ready. Trade with cheese. All your money. Because cheese is going to need stuff. We got like 87 gold. Ugh. Clerics cannot use bladed weapons in this version of D&D. We're going to buy a mace. So we're going to buy for him. Can we afford? Can't afford banded mail. Can we afford splint? Nope. Chain then. Gotta be chain. Can we get the shield? Arga. How much gold does he have left? Is that enough for a hammer? I'm not going to bother with a hammer. So, the juice is going to buy a quarterstaff. And as many darts as she can afford. Not enough money. Okay, that's it. We're going to hold on to that platinum. You'll see why in a moment. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Nice beard, by the way. Here's another inn. Will cost you 1 platinum piece. The rest here. Do you want to stay? Yes. Who will pay? Cheese. And we are completely out of money. All right. The reason why I went to the inn before we did any adventuring is because we have to memorize spells. Let me briefly explain how spell casting works in 2nd edition if you are unfamiliar. A spellcaster must memorize spells. Based on your level, there's a certain number of spells to which you have access, and also number of times you can cast the spell. There's no spell slot system in second edition like there is in 5th edition, which is the most recent version as of the recording of this video. And when you memorize a spell, you can memorize it multiple times. It's kind of a weird concept, but when you cast a spell, it erases itself from your memory as if like the inscription of it in your brain is itself magical and you're using that source as part of the components maybe to cast that spell. But you have it memorized several times. And if you cast it enough times that your memory of it is completely wiped, you cannot cast that spell anymore. So let's say you memorize 2 magic missiles. You cast one, you can cast one more. You cast that second one, it's now gone from memory. You have to spend time memorizing it again. It's kind of a weird system, but that's what we got. Everybody in the party can cast some kind of spell. So we'll start with hamburger. Memorize. So look, my head's in the way here, but the hamburger can memorize magic user spells 1. And the magic user spell we're going to memorize is sleep. Memorize these spells? Yes. Helper. Same thing, sleep. Cheese can cast 3 cleric spells. They're all going to be cure light wounds. I'm not going to do detect magic because I actually know where all the magic items are, what's magic and what's not. And I'll tell you that as we find them. Sleep for the juice as well. Now we rest. It's going to take 4 hours and 45 minutes for us to memorize all these spells. Rest. Great. Save the game and we'll go adventuring. You are by the gateway to the unsettled areas. The city watch eyes you suspiciously. We go through. You have entered the monster-crawling slums of Phlan. Small, ugly things scurry from beneath your feet. In the distance, an alarm sounds. We're going to put search on. So if you're moving normally, if you see there, so underneath our, no, wrong way. Underneath our party names. So this is our action window. This is what we're seeing. The text here I'm going to read out to you every time. There's our party, all our names, our armor classes, hit points, things like that. But between the party names and the text down here, we're heading west. That's what the W means. 5:19 is the time. So it's like 5 in the morning. And search is on. When search is on, it takes you 10 minutes per square because you're looking at everything as you go. That's how you find all the secret doors and passages and things like that. It's also how you don't get surprised by wandering monsters as often, but it's going to happen. Watch. There we go. You were surprised by goblins. Great. All right, this is our first battle of the campaign. So because they surprise us, they mostly get to go first, but our thief looks like they're jumping in there. So here we go. Hiya! We missed. Great. Missed again. There's a nice satisfying sound when you hit something like this. Yeah. Why don't you just stay put? We don't have a lot of darts and we want to save them. Unguard. See if we can get a backstab in here. Nope. So thieves have this thing called backstab. Screw it. Let's do it. And they do crazy amounts of damage when they do so. All right, everybody got 23 experience. There's money, 108 silver, and items to be had here. I'm going to share the money, so everybody takes some. I'm just going to take a few of the items because we're going to sell them. But I don't want to get overloaded. There's still treasure left. Do you want to go back and claim your treasure? No, not really. So, all right, more wandering monsters. You have surprised a party of kobolds. Combat, let's do it. Kobolds, kind of like goblins. As a matter of fact, I think the original designers of D&D invented kobolds for the purpose of giving you some other flavor to fight that wasn't a goblin. They surrendered. Okay. Don't continue the battle. 12 experience points. Take money, copper, items, short sword. These are non-magical. We'll share that copper because we need cash. There is an area map here, but like, where are the doors? What's going on? We don't know what's happening. It's only a little bit useful. So there are wandering monsters. We just encountered 2 groups of them. We have to encounter a certain number of wandering monsters and have those encounters to clear the slums. But the real way to clear it is there are set encounters that always have the same number of monsters. Anytime you play through it, you have to clear out all those rooms in order to finish the quest and get the reward from City Hall. We're going to do one of them right now. This is not the thing. This is another wandering group. You're being approached by some angry goblins. They're angry, so they're going to fight us. I want to try and parlay, though. Try to talk to them. But they'll attack. A battle begins. If they're angry, they'll always attack. Oh, no. All right, so our magic user just went down. We don't have to be over her, but I'm going to stand. Oh, she's at 0 hit points, which means she's unconscious. So there are different statuses in Pool of Radiance and in 2nd edition D&D. When Pool of Radiance says they're okay, that means they're conscious, they're up, they're moving around. If they're unconscious, they're at 0 hit points. If they're dying, they're at -1 or fewer hit points. Every round, they are at -1 or lower. They bleed out and they lose a hit point. If they get to -10, if you get to -10 life, hit points, at any point, your character dies. It's really important to note. So our magic user had 6 hit points. If she took 16 damage at once, she's dead. That's how it works. Cheese's hit points is 10. If he takes 20 damage at once, he's dead. He gets a -10, he dies. That was the guy who did it. I'm going to go after him. When someone is dying, you can, in this game, bandage them from wherever you are on the battlefield. You don't have to be over them to do so. It takes a whole round to do. You can't attack or move or anything. You can move, but you can't attack or cast a spell. Somebody hit something. Thank you. But then they are, you're a thief. Stab him in the back. Actually, I'm going to continue the battle. I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds on the juice. The reason why I do that is because if she were down, she wouldn't have gotten this experience. This is not a second edition thing. This is a Pool of Radiance, I think, oversight that the programmers made. If you're unconscious and your party wins, you should get the experience points anyway. But this game says if you are unconscious, no experience points for you. So I cast Cure Light Wounds on her. She's going to stay down. Once you're down in this game, you're down for the rest of the encounter. Also could be another oversight, honestly. Cast Cure Light Wounds on her. She now has positive hit points. She's going to get the experience. Take money, exit items. Yeah, I mean, we'll just share the money and leave. Nope. She's back up at 2. All right, here's the set encounter we're doing. I think this is orcs arguing over papers, which turn out to be 2 scrolls of Cure Light Wounds. Several orcs are arguing over some papers. I know this game inside and out. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna fight a lot of orcs in this game. He's almost gone, so I'm just gonna have her stand there. Boom. Easy. 116 experience points. Experience points in this game are directly tied to some type of monster you fight. Actually, I didn't mean for him to take these. Trade with cheese. And how much treasure is found. The more treasure you find, the higher the value of the treasure, the more experience you get. And that is harkening back to the days where D&D was mostly about killing monsters, getting loot. That was really it. There's something awesome about that. Something almost romantic to me in that sort of, in that vein, or to that point. Obviously, most D&D campaigns today have more substance than that. People are kind of sick of playing the mercenary party, or what people call murder hobos, right? People just travel around without a home, killing and getting money. People have a little bit more substance and dynamics in their characters and in their party, in their backstory, and even in their campaigns, why they're doing what they're doing. But this is not that. Our party came here to kill monsters, get loot, and to free Phlan from monsters who are taking the city. All right. We can actually rest here freely. When you defeat a set encounter like this, nothing bothers you. Good little tip if you're playing through this game. And so just memorize some spells. It takes a whole day to get 1 hit point back. So we have to rest for 3. Later editions, not editions, but later gold box games, the sequels to this game, the other gold box games have an option in the camp. Oops. No, this way. In the camp menu called Fix, which means your healers are also casting Cure Light Wounds and stuff on people to make resting faster. And then like they'll cast Cure Light Wounds and then memorize it, pray for spells. cast it again, pray for spells, cast it again. So it makes resting faster. But like, not this game. You got to rest for those days. So technically, this campaign takes several game years for our party to complete. Because we're going to be resting for like 40 days at a time later on when our heroes have like 50 plus hit points and they go down. They all got to rest for 50 plus days to get them all back. All right, let's continue on. You got surprise a party of goblins. Okay, you surrendered. That was that. Share the money. Just leave. Oh, we got surprised. Okay. You spy a group of seedy-looking kobolds. We're going to try to parlay. You're conversing with a party of kobolds. We can be haughty, we can be sly, we can be nice, we can be meek, or we can be abusive. Different NPCs speak different languages, so to speak. Haughty language, sly, nice, meek, abusive. Typically monsters like this, if you're abusive to them, they'll leave you alone. So we're going to be abusive. They say, let me give you a piece of advice. Your leader says, stay away from the textile house. The undead are going crazy up there. The monsters turn to leave. What do? Let them go or stop them? We're going to let them go. There we go. Avoided a fight. Oh, you surprised a party of goblins. We'll do the same thing. Abusive. The boss don't allow your kind in his territory. Leave now or he'll have to run you in. What do? Fight, stay, leave, run? We'll fight. We don't take orders from goblins. Ayah. Haven't thrown any darts yet. Oh no, the juice got smashed. Oh, the juice went down again. Somebody hit something. You know what? Let's look at this. Sleep. Good night, everybody. And then we just straight up murder them. They're helpless. We automatically hit, we automatically kill them. Yep. Unguard, cast, Cure Light Wounds. Now, Cure Light Wounds has to be, it's a touch spell. We have to be next to the person to heal them. Nope. So, you're being approached by some angry kobolds. All right. Well, if they're angry, we got to fight them. Certain spell, actually, you go over here. Certain spells render somebody helpless. Which means one hit, one kill. That's really why we're saving our darts. We want to throw darts at helpless things to kill them. But how do we render them helpless? We do it with spells. We do it with 3 spells in particular. Sleep is one of them. Sleep is very effective in this game, especially at early levels. There's a cleric spell called Hold Person, which in this game, you're fighting mostly humanoid creatures. Not mostly, but things like kobolds, orcs, goblins, hobgoblins are all susceptible to Hold Person. They fail their saving throw, they're helpless. Last one is with a Stinking Cloud. It's an area of effect spell. It can either make somebody cough and gag, if they're susceptible to it. It can either make them cough and gag, which gives them minuses, penalties basically to hit, or it makes them nauseated and helpless. All right, here's another set encounter. This is going to be a Goblin Teacher instructing some students. Oh, the door's locked. We can bash, we can pick it, or we can try something else. I'm going to try picking it. Oh, couldn't do it. We're going to bash. A healthy-looking goblin is instructing a group of young warriors. He smiles and says, I see our opponents have arrived. So this guy is a goblin leader. Yeah, we're going to sleep. We're going to sleep. We're going to sleep him. Actually, I'm going to do it here. This is so when you cast sleep, it has an area of 9 squares. So we cast it here. These 6 goblins should go to sleep. This spell can hit our own party members. We have to be careful. Usually monsters in set encounters do not flee or surrender. So these guys might stick around for a while. All right, we got the goblin leader. He surrendered, okay. They stick around for a bit and then they'll surrender. I don't think that might be magical leather armor, but I actually kind of doubt it. No. So that was a set encounter, so we can rest here. Continuing on. The final fight is through this door eventually. We're actually going to save that for later in the game. As in, we're going to do everything else in the slums, and then we're actually going to do one or even two other quests to level up before we do that fight, because it's actually really difficult for level 1 or 2 party members. Oh, you surprised a party of goblins. We'll just let them go. Let them go. This door is also locked. They can't pick it, so we'll bash it. All right, new terrain. Pick that. Oh, you're being approached by some angry orcs. All right. Well, if they're angry, we can't talk to them. And another thing about monsters in 2nd edition, they really are just nothing but aggressive. It's actually kind of sad. Later editions of D&D, there's a lot more to orcs and goblins and kobolds than just being bloodthirsty thieves and murderers. But in this game, that's just exactly what they are. The room is dirty and has a strong and unpleasant odor. You have entered a very unclean stable. I wish I could read that. You find a long leather bag. Will you open it? Yes. Parties found treasure. 350 experience points each. All right, let's see what we got. Money. Gold and gems? Heck yeah. So gems and jewelry are really important in this game. This is magical. Both of these are magical. These are +1 arrows and a +1 short bow. I'm actually going to give it to Helper. Gems and jewelry are important because the thing that weighs you down the most in this game, the thing that encumbers you the most is coins. It's cash. Having a lot of money and not really any use for it outside of occasionally buying an item you need or leveling up weighs you down. You can put it in the form of gems and jewelry. I think, I've never been able to find it, but I think there is a way, there's a jeweler shop where you can actually buy gems and jewelry and keep your money in there. So instead of carrying 1,000 gold pieces, you buy an 1,000 gold piece of jewelry and then have one jewelry instead of 1,000 gold. It's lighter. You can carry more. By the end of this game, we're going to have a lot of gems and jewelry, and no gold, no silver, no electrum, no copper. It's just going to be platinum and gems and jewelry. But for now, early on, when we actually have to purchase things, we're going to take some cash with us. Seedy looking orcs. All right. Item. These fights do get kind of repetitive. Again, I will try and make this as exciting as possible. But, you know, as just in the early going here, I'll show you how the fights go. We shouldn't be rushing up with our magic user like that. But, hey, we are. All right. So through this door is a set encounter. Oh, come on. Yeah. Come on, dudes. Come on, dudes. Kobolds only have 3 hit points and we just dealt 2 damage. Pretty embarrassing. Oh, got him. 12. I'm going to leave that. Through this door now is another one of those set encounters. This is going to be feeding kobolds. You interrupt some feeding kobolds. Oh, I just took down the kobold leader. Sleep, sleep, sleep it off. Yeah, this will get the most. Something about the spell sound effects I just really enjoy in this game. I mean, this is not a game for sound design or graphics. But I think they nailed the spell sounds. I think by the end of this, you'll agree with me as well. Especially when we start casting things like Fireball. Darts time. Yep. We gotta help out Hamburger. He's having some trouble. Feel like wounds. When we throw darts at he's got 2 hit points left. When we throw darts at non-helpless things, it only healed them for 1. We're actually throwing 3 in a round, 3 at a time. That's why I was saving darts. But when they're helpless, you just throw 1. An automatic hit. Why throw more? Oh, Helper just got tagged. Have some other Cure Light Wounds on our buddy Hamburger. Fully healed. Nice. Take out that Kobold. Oh, 11 damage. Killed it outright. Cast our last Cure Light Wounds. Oh, they woke up. How'd you miss from that close? On Helper here. So if you've noticed, if you do leave an adjacent square to an enemy, they get a free attack on you. Players and keepers of 5th edition will recognize that as an opportunity attack, which takes a reaction. 2nd edition, there's no action economy like that. It's just like if you leave the square, you're going to get attacked as many times as you do so. As you leave the square, I mean. Ugh. Oh, bracers. Those are magical. The juice, these are bracers of armor class 6. It's really good. Makes your base armor class 6 instead of 10. There's nothing else in this room, right? Yeah. Okay. We'll rest up. Okay, we are rested. We just saved the game. Let's continue on. Oh, surprise party goblins. Yeah, I'll fight them. We do have to do a certain number of these fights. Just wore the bracers, so our armor class went from 6 to 2. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I did that fight, and I literally just came back to the room with the feeding kobolds to rest, and I got attacked 2 more times. So now we're fully rested. We have all our spells. We're going to the next set encounter. Pick. Bash. All right. We're in the far northwest corner. There's a secret here. Watch. Went straight through the wall. 1,760 experience points. Boom. You get another +1. Oh, yeah. Look at all this cash. Look at all this cash. I mean, we're going to leave the Electrum and gold, but 50 platinum and some gems and jewelry. Pretty darn good. I think this is another Matt +1 short bow. I'm right. +1 short bow and +1 arrows. Baby. Nope. I think there are hobgoblins in here. Or captains. Wait, I forget what's here. What is here? I think it's hobgoblins. Yep. Some hobgoblins are arguing over a pile of gold. Thieves, they scream when they see you. No thanks. Oh, man. You feel bad, but you don't at the same time. It's kind of a weird feeling. Nobody can hit this guy. Come on. Surrendered. He could have just sat there for the rest of his life. No one would have hit him. None of those are magical. Not going to worry about it. You find a large sum of money. Or gold, or whatever it was. Yeah, we'll take the platinum, baby. Items. Oh, that's a ring of protection +1, methinks. Another magical short bow? Or it might just be a regular short bow. We can rest here because that was a set encounter. Just going to memorize that spell again. Nobody took any damage, so let's go. That door down there's nothing in there. It's just an empty storage room. So this way brings us to Kuto's Well, which is the next block of the city. We're actually going to do Kuto's Well before we finish the slums, I think. Because it is easier. So straight ahead is the hemp market. There's a battle over there that's a little bit difficult for a level 1 party. I don't know if we have enough experience to gain levels quite yet. You wander in the old hemp market. Monsters... Blah, blah. Okay. We're catching snippets of rumors and things. One of them is the gang is operating from the catacombs by the well. It's Kuto's Well. And the gang is Norris the Grey. I know this game, man. All right, so now we're encountering fewer wandering monsters because we're just killing them all. Another entrance to Kuto's Well. This is where the difficult fight is. The one over here is not cakewalk either. You know, I was thinking about it. This fight is probably too difficult for a level 1 party as well. So we're going to try something a bit differently. We're going to explore this area, methinks. This is the Rope Guild up ahead. You're just north of the entry to the old Rope Guild. It's a twisting maze, basically. We have to come back as a later level to do this one, too, because you have to fight trolls in the Rope Guild. Trolls in 2nd edition are some of the most difficult monsters to fight in the entire monster manual, especially for level 1, level 2 parties. Reason is they get multiple attacks, they have a lot of hit points, they deal a lot of damage, and they regenerate. So in 5th edition, that means they get hit points back. In 2nd edition, they come back to life after a certain number of rounds. So you have to end the fight before they can regenerate. If you stand on one of the 2 squares they take up when they die, they can't regenerate. So in that fight, we're going to be killing trolls, standing over where they died and trying to use ranged attacks to take down the other ones. It's difficult. It's too difficult for our party right now. There's nothing down there. Yes, we know. I bumped into the wall there. That was that sound. Pick. Damn. Bash. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go back to town. Just going to keep search on. No wandering monsters. I'm going to try resting here instead of paying a platinum. It's daytime. Won't be able to access anything. Ugh. That didn't work. All right. Let's fight some goblins. Just a nice speedy way to end a fight. Yep, so it's nighttime. We can't get into any of these buildings. But we can rest at the inn. Yes. All right, it is... Well, it's not 2 in the morning. I said earlier it's like 5 in the morning. Doesn't really make sense. Between the hours of 0 and... I think it's 16, maybe? Daytime. The rest of the time is nighttime. I don't know. I'll specialize in arms and armor. Can I show you our wares? Actually, we have stuff to show you. Sell. 1 gold piece, 2 gold pieces. 0 gold pieces. I think that's magical. Identify. +1. Identify. +1. Yeah, that's magical armor. I'm not going to pay to identify. I'm just going to sell it because honestly, the armor we already have is better than +1 leather armor. And we need the cash anyway. I don't need this longbow anymore. 30, got 30 gold pieces for that? Dang. Don't need this anymore. Don't need that. Don't need this. ID, yes. Not enough money. Great. It's +1. Trust me. You ready? Watch. Yep. And we already know what these are. These are scrolls of cure light wounds. Man, we don't have any money. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell our gems and jewelry. Oop, gems. 500 gold, sell. Gem. 100 gold, sell. Gem. 500, nice. Gem. 10. 10. 10. Jewelry. What? Sell. We'll keep the other one. See, all right, let me just show you this. We have 1,600 platinum pieces now. Look at our movement. Our encumbrance is over 2,600 and our movement is 3. We're trading some stuff. Helper needs, we have 220. Trade to cheese, 220 as well. And trade to the Jews, 220 as well. And now we're moving 6 since we're offloading some coins. Mechanics are weird, but they are there and we are dealing with them. Identify the bracers. Bracers armor class 6. Bring a protection +1. Short bow +1. We have another +1 short bow. We have 3 +1 short bows. That's great. Okay, let's see if anybody can gain a level. Notices for teachers and students are posted on the walls. A note directs magic users and clerics to go to the north, and fighters and rogues to go east. So we went to the north. A sign on the wall directs magic users through the east door and clerics to go through the west door. East door. We only train magic users here. Do you want to train? Yes. Hamburger? Not enough experience. The juice? Doesn't have enough money? Really? Cost 200 platinum. Train. Yes. The juice will become a level 2 magic user. Congratulations. We're going to learn magic missile. Really, the only level 1 magic user spells I use are sleep and magic missile. Really, the only ones you need. The only second level spell, stinking cloud. And then for third level spells, which is the highest we're going to have access to, fireball and lightning bolt. Those are really all the spells you need for a magic user. I also learned knock as well. Knock is actually pretty important, but outside of those spells, that's pretty much all you need to know. Charm person's fun sometimes, but I would rather use magic missile most of the time. Oh, helper's a magic user too. I doubt helper has. Not yet. Doesn't have enough experience. So the reason why the juice can train and hamburger and helper can't is because they are multi-class. You multi-class, you have to sort of split the experience points among your classes. So like the total experience is 1781 for hamburger. The juice has a lot more because the juice is a single class, 3803. Cheese will have even more than 3803 because he's been up for more fights and he's a single class and he's also human. He gets that bonus. 3922. There you go. Let's see if he can level up. He should be able to. We train only clerics here. Do you want to train? Yes. Cheese, train. Yes, level 2 cleric, baby. In adventuring. Now we don't pick spells. clerics, because clerics don't have to learn spells. They pray to their god for them. That's the mechanic. So magic users are wizards, basically. They learn spells through study, practice. Clerics are given their powers by their deity, their patron deity. Um, so they have access to any cleric spell they want, but they can only memorize a certain number based on their level. They can only channel so much of their god's power as their power can handle, or as their power grows, they can handle more of their god's influence. That's how the mechanic works. The room is filled with dueling pairs. The arena master asks if you wish to duel. The duels are evenly matched and normally not to the death. Do you duel? When you duel, you fight a carbon copy of yourself. They have the same armor class, hit points, and equipment as you, and spells. But you do get experience. This is a way to farm experience. I don't want to do it. The things too, every time you walk into this room from this way, you have to encounter this. So no. You seek a partner for your adventuring. We can add an NPC that the AI controls, but no, I don't want that. Sign on the north door reads fighters. You train only fighters here. Do you want to train? Yes. Train. Not enough experience. Train. Not enough experience. Yeah. It takes less experience for thieves to train. Sign on the north door reads rogues. Yes, I do. Not enough experience. Okay, great. That's about all the time we have for this episode of Pool of Radiance. Join us next time as we're going to continue a little bit of the slums, maybe. Try either Kuto's Well or Sokol Keep. See you then.